I'll need to get my pool out. See if it's nice on Saturday. I'm going to get my pool out. I'm going to. We'll have some splashing fun. Let me... Baby, oof, there's a smell of damp dog in the air. Let me just get the video up and stuff like that. Let me see if I can find this today. Yes, there we are. Wonder if Peter got my juice. Oh, there's a massive bee at the window. It's trying to get in. It's huge. See, they can smell the fear even from a closed window. Right, let me put a link here. Oof, it'll look rough today, but anyway, it is what it is. I have my good days and bad days. Mainly bad days, but listen, so I'm at the stage I don't care. Why is it no scrolling down though? This is, there we are. This is nuts this morning. Right, let me write and then pin it. If anybody wants to become a member, it will be above pin message. Pin message. There we go. That's us. We're on live chat and everything looks okay. So that's good. Yeah, Daisy got a bath there. See where she is. Look, she's right there. She's right there and she's reeking of damp dog. Everybody knows the smell of damp dog. That's the smell. If you ever wondered, what does it smell like in Blueberry's house? Damp dog at the moment. But she will smell like a dream come true. See, when she dries, she will smell like a dream come true. I was just saying to Carolyn, I was talking to my lovely Carolyn there, and I don't know what Daisy Doo had done, right, but dogs are funny like that. She's obviously found something out in the grass that was dead, like a dead bug or something like that, and decided that she was going to roll in it. Yeah. Because I kissed her neck this morning and it was like death. It smelled like, everybody knows that smell, it's got a dog. It was like death or something that she's rolled on. She couldn't resist the smelly, whatever it was that she's rolled on. It wasn't poo. It smells completely different. People know it's no poo. It's something else that she's rolled on. So that was it. She had to get a bloody... she had to get a bath, so she did. So... thank you for coming in, bro. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. There we go. Straight in with the trolls, eh? Straight in. She's digging now. Do you hear her digging? She's digging next to me. If you get, just don't. You couldn't make it up, could you really? Just a second on and I'm already told to F off, basically. Just F off. Don't be going live in the channel. You're bringing the whole of YouTube down. Just don't bother. Do you hear her digging next to me? She's digging a storm up. But anyway, she got bathed and she got new shampoo. Do you hear all the digging that's happening next to me? She got tea. It's for itchy skin. I think that Daisy Doo might have a tiny bit of hay fever. She's actually not been too bad the past few days, but maybe the hay fever, maybe the pollen level's been quite low. Anyway, I got her shampoo. I got her these treats that you give them, right, and it's meant to stop them itching. Will she take it? No. She's spoiled rotten. She will not take these treats. I tried disguising it a bit of cold meat. She won't take it. The only way we're managing to give her it is to actually mash the tablet. It's like liver or something, and then put some. She's got liver patty for dogs. Liver patty. And it's not, it looks like toothpaste. It's like toothpaste. And we squeeze that and she'll take it that way. That's the only way she'll take it. But that seems to be either the pollen count's been low or the tablets are working. She's not been as scratchy and sneezing. So she's had a bath with her new shampoo and it smells like tea tree. Esma, Tinkle Pink, oh my god, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Thank you for coming on saying something nice. Brawl Stars that was above you there in the chat told me to F off right away. Only I just went live and got told to F off. I mean, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, let's face it. I do know that. But you know something, I wouldn't deliberately go into somebody's chat just to tell them to F off. Like, F off you. There's the sun out. Here's my tingle pink, you've brought the sun out. Look, the sun's starting to shine. It's been kind of overcast this morning, but I think the sun's burning all that away. It'll be nice. But I'm going to get my pool out, I think, on Saturday. We're going to have some pool time out there. Do you know what I was... I've not got the money. Maybe next week. I was thinking I might actually get a bottle of monk's wine. Because I've not had that in a long time either. Why not just go for it? But no, I've no money, so I'll not be doing that. I'll not be... And I've got a tiny bit of flavouring left, but that's been since Christmas I've had that bottle. Can you believe that? I've had that same bottle since before Christmas and it's still no done. That just shows you how much flavouring I've had. And some people think I'm mad with it all the time. Daisy got a bath there, ASMR Tingle Pink, because her neck smelt of death. Green Rose, my gorgeous Green Rose, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm so glad I'm home. Do you know, I feel like crying sometimes just because I'm home. Isn't that terrible? Just feel like crying because I'm home. I never want to go back there again. I never want to go back there again. I keep saying it, it's like Dorothy for the Wizard of Oz. Only I'm not knocking my heels together and saying, please don't let me go back there again. I don't want to go back. And I've got to go back. I've got an appointment to go bloody back. Harley, baby, good morning. I don't know if you've seen Green Rose and Harley, but I had just went live, right? I was live for like a minute or something, and somebody doing it. Brawl Stars came on and told me to F off right away. I was just saying good morning. Just do F off. Blueberry, just F off. Wednesday. A week today. I've got my respiratory clinic to go to. Oh. Yeah, the place is reeking of damp dog. Daisy got a bath. She had to because she rolled in something out in the garden. As I say, there's a difference between the smell of poo and the smell that Daisy's neck was. It was like pure death. It was like she'd rolled in a bug or something that had been lying there for a while. Something, I don't know what it is. But they find these that either that or dirty water or something. It was like stagnant, like anyways, she doesn't smell like that now. She will smell beautiful once she's dry because the shampoo's got tea tree in it, so a double shampooed her, and then a rinsed her, and then a shampooed her again, so she'll smell like a dream come true later on when I'll be sitting sniffing her. Just sitting smelling her, that's what I do in my spare time with my dog. I hope you're all doing good in the chat. I'm still watching all my Egyptian stuff. I've been right into that. Luckily enough, I've not had any mad hallucinations, so that's good. But I've been watching, and about that Howard Carter guy that went into Tutankhamun's tomb. The amount of stuff that man's took. Listen, see if you've got any antique jewellery. You could be quids in. It could be something belonging to Tutankhamun, because this guy was giving out all this jewellery. I was saying to my dad. My dad said, "Would you not take it?" And I don't know. Would you? I mean, I'm pretty frightened of the curse of Tutankhamun to this day. You know how he had a curse put on his thing? I'm a bit like that. I'm a bit like, don't know if I want to go delving in there with the curse. I've got enough bad luck. I don't need to be delving into mummy's tombs and getting more curses done to me. I really don't. And look, I was just doing live and I got told to F off. So I mean, no. I can be done with it. That bringing that home, eh? The curse of Tutankhamun. Oh, jeez. Anyway, the guy that founded that mission, see that whole dig, right? The guy was like a lord or something. Lots of cash, right? Just money to just throw away. Anyway, he died within a year of them going into that tomb. And he had like hieroglyphs saying, if you come into this tomb, you're going to get cursed rotten. And some people did. So I don't. To this day, I don't know if I was going to Egypt. I don't know if I'd want to. One, it wouldn't be good for my breathing, would it? Going into tombs. It wouldn't be, and I'd have a lot of hate online. People would be telling me that I'm doing all the wrong things and how stupid man they can't watch me anymore because I do stuff. Right, I'd be getting all that. I'm getting a lot of hate recently, guys. I feel like crying at times. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because my channel's growing more or what, or if I'm just pissing more people off just with my face. It's something like that. Some people are just like, look, we can't, and they've got to come in and tell me. They can't just no tell me. They've got to come in and tell me everything that's wrong with me. I know I'm not a perfect pair. Where's my violin, for F's sake? Hold on a minute. I'm doing this. I can't do an Irish accent. An Irish accent. I can't. This is the only accent I can do, unfortunately, is the Scottish one. And even then I struggle. Right, there's my... That's what I need today. My wee violin going because... Na 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 na, because I was told to F off and blah 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 blah. There, done it. I do love an Irish accent. An Irish accent's fantastic. I don't know what I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm getting it. I don't know. Azam, hello, hello. Good morning. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But me, people just need to come in and tell me. I know I'm trying to do. It's just come on and give people a laugh and brighten folks' days up and relax people with my ASMR. But listen, I watch it. Mind poor Joey, the sea otter. Can you remember that? I was. See, care, my lovely Caroline. Good morning, good morning. I was just talking about you, telling you about the bath Daisy do. Remember the sea otter, the poor wee baby sea otter? I think it was in Canada or someplace like that, right? I'm pretty sure it was Canada. Well, this baby sea otter was only days old, and its mum, unfortunately, I don't know how it passed away, but its mum had passed away, and the wee thing would be doomed, right? So they took it in, and this sea otter can never get like back into the wild or anything like that, right? Because it was brought up with humans. But they brought it in, and they made a wee makeshift. Oh, you're sir. I'll try and fix you, right? I'll try. They're magically fix you. You're fixed. Anyway, they made a wee crib for this beautiful wee baby sea otter, and they were giving it bottles of milk, right? And it was wee paws were like that, and it was so cute and gorgeous, and it was live streaming, and we watched it live streaming, and they had to put it in the water, and it was just the most beautiful, beautiful thing. It was getting trolled rotten. Joey, the sea otter, was getting trolled. Now, if people control a wee baby sea otter, then what chance have I got? Oh, there we marriage proposals. Told F off first of all. Now I'm getting asked to get married and stuff like that. Harley, your puppy sitting. What kind of puppy are you sitting? What kind of doggo is it? Mine's is a damp doggo. Mine's is damp, but as I say, she rolled in something outside. God knows what it was. See if she comes in smelling like it again. I'm going to go there and investigate. Don't know what it was. It was like death. It was like she rolled in. Anyway, she's got tea tree oil on her. She's all cooned up here. I've got her all cooned up. Ah, golden lab retriever. My mum and dad always had Labradors. Well, they had quite a few. They had black labs and they had the yellow labs as well. Before that, they had the border collie that I've spoke about. Her name was Katie, and she would round you up in the morning when I was going to school. I'd say I'm going to school, and she would be rounding me up and pecking my feet. That's as if I was a sheep. But she never liked cuddles, that dog. That was like some doggies just... Mr. Mikey wasn't a big fan of cuddles. See, if he wanted a cuddle and a kiss, he would come over. But see, if he was in his bed and you went over, he'd maybe growl, but he wouldn't attack you or anything. But he liked his own space, Mr. Mike. But Poppy and Daisy, they just love cuddles and kisses all the time. Northern Ireland, I would love your accent, Victoria, then. I would love it. Um, ah, that's good. He's got a friend. See, I think two dogs for me is just too much. Do you know what I mean? To be honest, Mr. Mikey, and that was heartbreaking. What happened with Mr. Mikey and Poppy, if you remember? Mr. Mikey went, and then within a couple of months, Poppy went. It was as if, but I mean, it's devastating and stuff like that. But also, I take comfort in thinking that Poppy, she just couldn't live without Mr. Mike. And then when she passed, the two of them were together again. That's the way I think about it. I think the two of them, they now are together with my other doggies as well. You know, my big Dalmatian Harvey. He was a wonderful dog, Harvey. Big Dalmatian. Too big for me to handle. I mean, they're very strong Dalmatians. But he used to smile. He would smile at you. People would think that the dog was showing his teeth, but See, when he was happy, he would smile. He'd lift his jewels and smile at you. He was a lovely big doggy as well, you know. And I just think about them all together, all playing and playing tug of war and stuff like that with toys. But my Mr. Mike and Pop, I don't think, I think that's one of the reasons. Well, I couldn't handle two dogs, but that it was devastating for me to lose the two of them within like a few months each other. That was like I couldn't believe what was happening there. I took Poppy to the vet, thinking that everything was all right, and she'd a massive tumour or something like that. It was terrible, but yeah, you give your wee animals. Me and Peter were talking about Poppy this morning. In fact, Poppy used to do a thing that was hilarious, right? I would look at it and she'd be side eyeing something like that. She'd be sitting as still as anything, just side eyeing something like that, and I'd look and it'd be a fly. And say it was a fly crawling up the wall, she would be sitting just side eyeing it like that before she would try and snap at it. The funny, each one of my doggies are different. You know, you can't. Daisy's different from what Poppy was, and we had a dog called Molly, wee Molly. Before that, we only had her a year. She was a very sick wee doggy. But you treat them like your babies, don't you? Well, I treat them like they are my babies. And see in the hospital, I'm like, there's my dogs. See my dog, and then I go, oh, here's my kids as well. Saying that, I showed my grandson first, but my kids, you know, I love my kids as well, but I was like, there's a dog to people in the hospital. Your English teacher would give me into trouble for the way I talk. I talk a lot of slang. I'm in Glasgow, Casper. Aye. Yeah, they'd be sitting at the window, my babies. But Daisy do sits at the window, but Mr. Mikey in my old house, Mr. Mikey used to jump onto the kitchen unit. That's how springy he was. He used to jump up there, and I was glad when I got this house that he didn't need to do that anymore. He could watch for us like at the window here because it's low down. But he used to do that, Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike was a very springy boy. So he was my babies. I've still got their fur, and I've got their fur right next to my bed, and I've got their pictures right next to. So I see them every day. Every day I see them. But I don't know if I told you. I don't know if I told you. It's amazing. I'm going to need to find a way to put it on here or something like that. Sophie, when I was in the hospital, one of the times I was in the hospital, right? Sophie and Peter had bathed Daisy again, right? Daisy got a bath. And afterwards, Sophie was videoing Daisy like running about, and you could see orbs. You could see orbs flying about, and it wasn't like a bit of dust that would fall down like that. You could see orbs kind of flying about like this. And I looked at it and I said to Sophie, oh, did you see the orbs? And she went, Mum, she said, yes. She says, I could see them. She says, while I was doing the film, and I could see these orbs. Mr. Mike and Poppy. I believe it that Mr. Mike and Poppy were like playing with her. Do I sound Scandinavian? That makes me sound exotic. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'd like to sound a bit exotic. I always think our accent's just hard. See, like Sky's French and beautiful and soft language like that. And then there's me and it's rough as a badger's ass. That's the way I talk and I can't help it. Even to my dad will go, slow down talking. Dad, I'm 53, this is it. Mary, my gorgeous Mary, I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling so much better. I've got the fear, I've got the hospital a week of the day. I have to go to the hospital a week of the day. And I've got the fear, but I'm not looking forward to going. Because every time I go, they decide they want to keep me in or put me in intensive care. That's been my story this year. Intensive, I'm greeting. No intensive care. You're going to intensive care, Linda. Don't worry about intensive care. Intensive care, you've not got any like cabinets to put all your stuff. So my bags are just sprawled about the floor, and I'm just wired up to all these bloody. It's no fun. Let me tell you right now, it's not the best. I'd rather be in a ward. That's true, Harley. We do fight. We fight hard for things that we love and that. But I just wish our accent was a wee bit more. I don't know, softer. But this is it. this is This is the only accent. I can't do accents. I can't do impressions at all. Cannot. Angela, good morning. Efron, good morning, everyone. It's lovely seeing your wee faces in the chat. Yeah, so that's what my house smells like now. Damp dog, because Daisy's has been bathed, but she'll be gorgeous. She'll be gorgeous soon. And today I'm going to be watching more of this Egyptian, because I'm right into this now, the Egyptian thing and the tombs and stuff like that. I bet you there's more tombs in that valley with lots and lots of gold in it, eh? How much gold did the ancient Egyptians have? Tutankhamun's tomb was full of it. What that go? And anyway, as I said, if you've got a brooch, it's like a scarab or that's been handed down to you. Have a wee look at it. It could be Tutankhamun's that you're going to book, because this guy was stealing everything. This guy was stealing all the good stuff. He was giving them, as I said yesterday, the chariots and stuff like that he couldn't get up his jumper. He was giving that to the Egyptian government, but see, like jewellery and things like that, he was like, that's for me. The wife will like that. I don't even know if he was married, the man. I don't even know if he was married. My brother would have loved doing that kind of thing, because my brother was right into fossils. He would go down to a place in England, the Jurassic Coast or something it's called, right? It's down in England, and it's a beach, and it's got loads and loads of fossils. In fact, I learned in my wee club that I go to, my astronomy club, that the nursery rhyme "She sells seashells on the seashore" was actually this woman that was digging up fossils. It was fossils. It wasn't actually seashells. It was fossils for this beach. And my brother loved that. He loved going down there and finding all these fossils that had been there for millions of years and stuff, which is a really good hobby to have. Fascinating but dangerous. I mean, one time he told me that he'd fell or something. He knew he's out at 4 o'clock in the morning himself on a beach in low tide with a torch and a wee hammer and chisel and stuff like that. And he'd fell one time, and he'd come back up. He never had a change of clothes. He'd drive back up the road drenched. But he was lucky he never slipped and hit his head. That's what I'm saying to him. Don't be going out at 4 in the morning, you Maddie. Harley, if you, well, one day, keep it in your mind that one day you will travel, and think about that place and think about where you would like to go. Harley, do you know what we used to see when I did, when I used to work with the Japanese, meeting golf clubs? If we ever wanted to talk about them, but while they were there, right, while they were right there, we would talk really fast like this. And they'd be going, huh? Slow down and all that. And we'd be talking about them to, see him, he's an absolute asshole. And we'd be talking, going, sorry. So we used to do that. But they used to do it to us, so it was a two-way thing. They used to talk about us. They were my pals and my best pals, so they were the Japanese. Um, as I said, they came to my wedding. There's my Heather and Marshall. Heather and Marshall, I love their videos. They do cruises. Oh, I've never been in a cruise ever, but I'd love to go on a cruise with you ladies. That'd be fantastic. Australia, well, keep that in your mind. And what to do is even have a wee jar or something like that, and just put a couple of pound away every week, if you can, in a wee jar, and see if the money comes up and you can get to Australia. See, I'd like to go to Australia as well, but I'm a bit frightened of the wildlife. They've got a lot of things that want to kill you, aren't they? Wildlife wise, we've no, we've got wasps. That's what we've got, and midges. We've got to we own the midges. Alaska as well. They've got a lot of midges, but I'm keeping them for the Scottish. We invented the midgie, right? Alaska. Oh, I'm just talking about Alaska as well. I'd love to go to Alaska. Alaska, the last frontier. We'd love to go and see all that. But they're plagued with the midges, and we're plagued with the midges. But Australia, they've got like scorpions and stuff, haven't they? And big spiders that like to hide in the toilet pan, so that when you're sitting there doing a pee, it's going to jump up and bite your ass. Oh, that would be a badging. Can you imagine the spider hanging for bits of you, and you bashing yourself like that to try and get the spider off? F's sake. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen the film We're the Millers. And it's Jennifer Anderson that's in it. And there's this boy, and he gets bit with a spider on his thingamybobs, and they end up swole like that. That's what you'd be like. I'm not fancying. I'm not fancying that. And they've got snakes and stuff in there. And they've got crocodiles over there. They've got the crocodiles. I don't know if the crocodiles are as big as alligators. I know that crocodiles have got a more pointy face than an alligator's got a rounder snout. I know that that's going to do any good if it's snapping at you. Kick. You need to kick it. See, there I'm already thinking about kicking the wildlife. And then they've got kangaroos. Now, kangaroos are cute, right? Have any of you seen that video of some guy at a zoo in Australia? And I think this kangaroo kicked his girlfriend or something like that, right? And this guy's like, hold on, hen, I've got the situation under control. Stand behind me. He stood in front of his girlfriend and was like to the kangaroo, no. And then the kangaroo started kicking into him. Remember, the guy's trying to get away. Kangaroo's chasing him and booting the guy. Booting him like that. Oh my God. Eh? That's a bad. And he's trying to act all macho in front of his girlfriend. His girlfriend's watching her boyfriend getting a doing for a kangaroo. That's going to ruin the relationship a bit, eh? You'd be having a wee bit of time on the couch and stuff like that, and that memory would come back. Oh, my man's just been battered with a kangaroo. It's just going to ruin the mood. Isn't it? But you wouldn't want to mess about with one. I mean, the box. They're like Mike Tyson boxing wise. I mean, they've got some boot on them. Oh, aye. The guy's you've got to laugh at the guy. I've got the situation. Hen, get behind me. Kangaroo, no. And it just like, who are you? I think they had to get. Did they not have to get a zoo worker to come in and de-escalate the situation? It was kicking off in the zoo. There was Wayne's crying, screaming and stuff like that. That man's hitting the kangaroo. Kangaroo's boxing into this guy. And you'd have to defend yourself, wouldn't you? No, as I say, there's kids at that park. Can you imagine taking your kid and some man's like punching the hell out of a kangaroo and a kangaroo? I don't know what noises kind. Does anybody know what kind of noise a kangaroo makes? It's like, what does a fox say about kangaroo? What does a kangaroo say? I don't know what kind of noise a kangaroo makes. Maybe grunting, I don't know. Growling, imagine it growling at you. Aye, I don't fancy the animals. We're all right here in Scotland, we're midges, see, we feel bad that we've got midges, but thank God it's not like kangaroo. But that would be majestic, wouldn't it, looking out into your garden and they're bouncing about some kangaroos. That'd be like, wow, look at that. Not so much crocodiles. That's a bit terrifying. Oh, and they're huge. I mean, I'm just under 5 foot. They're bigger than me, these bloody things. And they can run. I mean, one bounce like that, and it's like they would actually do me in, a kangaroo. It's amazing to see though how kangaroos, like the baby kangaroos, are born. Have you ever seen that? Baby kangaroos are born right, and they're about that size, and they're like like slimy, slimy baby kangaroos. Like they don't look like a kangaroo. They look like a worm. It looks like a worm. It's like a wee worm like that. And the mammy sneezes and this wee thing comes out. And then it crawls up like that, crawls up into the pouch. And it goes into the pouch like that. And then it slatches onto like a nipple or something that's in the pouch. And that's where it grows for. And then before you know it, its wee head's popping out the pouch, wee Joey. Amazing. Quite amazing. I love watching like animal programmes and things like that. Oh, I see in Florida. I've seen a lot of people's videos, and they've got alligators in their swimming pool. That's how they've all got the casings in their pools. If you've ever been to Florida and you see people's like pools, they've got like a gazebo or something around it, right? They've got like something around it. By God, they need it because they see on the way to NASA. I'm feeling a lot better, Heather and Marshall. I'm feeling a lot better. On the way to NASA, right? You go over this big long bridge. Space Coast. You go to Space Coast. You go big long bridge like that, and then either side of the water is just alligators just there and there. And they've got signs with alligators on it and stuff like that. They wouldn't need security. They wouldn't need security. That's. And my whole times I'm thinking, I hope the bus doesn't break down. See, the bus breaks down, we're stranded here. All these alligators holding about us. Amazing, amazing wildlife. And they get the armadillo things. Ah, round balls with faces like that, like armadillos. Aye, armadillo. And they wander about the car park and stuff like that. It's amazing. I love Florida. And I seen a bald eagle's nest, and it's huge. You could put a bus in it. It's huge. This because NASA is actually it's a wildlife sanctuary place as NASA as well. They look after all the wildlife and stuff like that. Before they set off the rockets that kills the atmosphere and stuff like that. Let's look after the animals before we destroy the planet. But anyway, my feelings on rockets. I love it as long as it's like. No, like the Katy Perry thing. That's just that's I don't know what your feelings are of that, but that's just destroying the planet for no reason. When they do the missions up into the space station, at least I think to myself they're doing good because they're doing tests, they're doing all sorts of stuff up there. They've found out a lot of medical things with doing tests and things up in the space station. They're doing stuff right, but the one that Katy Perry and that done, if they done it, because there's a whole thing about did they do it or did they not? Was it a Hollywood basement or something that this was filmed? That's not really space flight to me. That's like taking a ride on a roller coaster. That's no, no. No, it's weird and Katy Perry kissing the ground, but that's like us going to Space Mountain, right? And every time we come off Space Mountain or some kissing the ground, it's like, she must, do you know what? She's obviously thought, what's going to be in all the headlines when I get off this ride? And I like Katy Perry, Katy Perry's music, I love her music, right? Love it. She's obviously thought, what am I going to do when I come off this, just so that I make a thing and be on kiss the ground. Kiss the ground, that's what I'm going to do. Float about in space with a daisy. I didn't know her daughter was called Daisy as well until it all happened. But that was crazy. That was just like ruining the planet for no reason whatsoever. Just putting all the fumes out into the. At least with my NASA missions, they're doing things. For the good of mankind. That's the way I look at it. This was just rich girls going. Wasn't it? This was just rich girls going. What should we do today? We're fed up going for coffee. We're fed up going and picking jewellery out and going to Rodeo Drive or whatever it's called. We're fed up with all that shenanigans. What are we going to do today? I know. Let's go to space. Get the Amazon guy. And into awfully funny, the shape of the. I mean, we've got to talk about that. Elephant in the room, eh? The shape of that. Come on, Jeff. Jeff has designed that. Jeff's lacking somewhere, I think. I think Jeff must be lacking in the crotch department, and that's how he's built a rocket like that, isn't he? That's like us building a huge boob. Imagine it. If I ever going to, I'll do it right. I'm telling you right now. See if I decide I'm going to open a space factory thing and make rockets for a living. I'm going to make a rocket in the shape of a huge boob and just launch it. Just launch this huge boob into space. And then as we get closer to going into space, the bottom of the boob will just fall off and it'll just be like the nipple just flying like that. Like that into space. How about that, Jeff? Compensate for that I've not got any anymore, eh? Big boobs. That's what I'm going to. That's a plan. That's our plan, right? We need to think of a good name. I know, it's just crazy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I love you all so much. I hope you know that. I hope you know that me over here, Mango Drake, a woman in the arm, right? Mango Drake. I love you all so much. And even the haters that came in, I wasn't even on a minute and they came in to just tell me to F off, straight up. Just F off. I love you too, and I'm not going to lose hope in my haters because one day I'm going to grow on you and you're going to like me. And that'll be that. And then we'll kiss and we'll be a couple. So, I love you all so much and I'll be back tomorrow to see you. And think of a name for our space company, that's important. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.